What is going on, guys? It is John, CEO of One. Welcome back. This one is a good video, I think, for anyone that's just getting started out and maybe you're using some regular old equipment to get the job done. This is that story. So here we see we're using a Home Depot basic pressure washer. I think this is like a 2.5 gallon a minute pressure washer. The surface cleaner we're using is actually a really good surface cleaner, considering what we're doing with it. It actually works up to like 4,000 PSI, and we've used it with our professional commercial system in smaller areas to do steps, and the thing is amazing. Like, it cleans very good. It's a Surface Max. It's from Lowe's. It's not what you'd want for a professional job. For that, we have our BE Whirl Away 20-inch surface cleaner that works absolutely fantastic. But everybody starts here, guys. Most people that want to get into pressure cleaning, pressure washing, soft washing, it usually starts with a cheap Home Depot pressure washer. 2 gallons a minute, not a lot. You have to go a lot slower to get the cleaning done. Sometimes you have to overlap to get the cleaning done. But this is a good starting point for anyone out there that's wanting to get into cleaning. This was interesting story that my pressure washer that we started out doing this with a couple of years ago was a gift from an uncle that had it in his garage. I was helping him move some stuff, and he said, "Hey, do you want this pressure washer? I'm pretty sure it works." It was a gift from a neighbor that was moving away. So I was like, yeah, of course. I took it with me. Took it by my small engine guy, let him take a look at it. He got it, it worked fine, but he got it cleaned up and in good shape. And we used it, and my friend here, we used his pressure washer, which he got for Christmas one year from his wife or her family. And man, we just used those pressure washers an entire summer long, probably 40, 50 different pressure washing jobs. And I mean, we made thousands of dollars with them, but we did it with, very inexpensive gear. We added a little bit of hose so that we could walk away from the pressure washer a little further. Standard pressure washer hose lets you get about 15, 20 feet away from the machine. 50 feet is a sweet spot to start out with these cheap ones to get you a 50-foot hose. 100 feet would be ideal. But again, wait till you get a 4 gallon or more per minute machine. Really, I would say focus on getting that 4 gallon a minute machine, because that's going to be the most important thing. But definitely longer hose is going to be, I would say, anyone with a smaller machine needs to do that. Everyone has that starting point where you don't have enough money really to be growing equipment wise. And you're always going to need some new equipment. There's always going to be some kind of equipment cost or something along those lines. But the important thing is to not go broke immediately. Don't starve yourself trying to buy new equipment. You might have to do a few jobs the old way, the hard way, before you get too into, really being able to afford the equipment you can to get things done. Now, this is, like I said, a little bitty driveway. We did the sidewalk also on this one, that little one over there. And the whole thing probably took us 2 hours, just one machine running. It was 2-man crew, but one machine running. The other guy was doing other stuff at the time. And it was probably 2.5 hours max for this driveway. Now, if we had our machine that we have now, one man could do this driveway in probably 15 minutes. I mean, it is a much bigger difference with the gallons per minute as far as water is concerned. Everybody thinks it's PSI, but with a pressure washer, it's really about the gallons per minute. That makes a tremendous difference in cleaning power. Yes, you're going to need 3,500 to 4,000 PSI. 4,000 would be ideal, but definitely 4 gallons per minute. 8 gallons per minute is great, but you're going to need an external tank because no spigot that I know of gives off 8 gallons per minute. I think the key thing to remember is just try to grow at a rate that you can, make it worth your while. We're using a turbo nozzle here. I'm using a turbo nozzle here to blast everything off. And the turbo nozzle is kind of a cone shaped, not quite as flat as a regular pressure washer tip would be. It's a little bit more expensive. You have to buy it. It doesn't come with most pressure washers, but it's worth having that extra thing. Same thing with this surface cleaner. Surface cleaners don't tend to come with pressure washers, but you probably will want a surface cleaner rather than trying to wand all of this and make it look even. If you're ending up with lines in your concrete afterwards, you can post-treat with some bleach, sodium hypochlorite, about a 50% mix. If you're using Clorox, that would be 3.5% sodium hypochlorite if you use half and half with Clorox and water. I recommend pool bleach, 10% or 12% if you can get it. Just obviously be careful. You do need to cut it down to about 3 to 5% for driveways and sidewalks. I usually like to treat everything, pre-treat everything with my sodium hypochlorite to kill all the bacteria before I even start pressure washing. No point in making it harder than it has to be, and the bacteria and the black stuff comes up very easy if you've killed it first, as opposed to just hitting it with high pressure. Now, high pressure will get most of it, but it's always better to hit it with bleach anyways. You're probably going to have leaf stains, also known as tannin. And tannin is very hard to get up unless you use a decent enough sodium hypochlorite strength. But remember, guys, start off small. Get the basics. You know, when we got the first window cleaning stuff we had was like a bucket, 2 squeegees, a mop, and a pole. You know, a mop being a window mop made for cleaning windows. And then we just added stuff. And then we added the ladder rack to the truck, and we added the ladder, and you just kind of have to go through and do it piece by piece. Anyways, I hope this kind of helps to shed a little light on it, make you guys feel a little better. If you're out there working with less than optimal equipment, just know that you got to slowly build your way up to it, job by job. Just keep getting jobs. The main thing is marketing. Get jobs. Worry about the equipment when you have to. All right, guys, CEO of One, thanks for watching. Hit like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time, boys.